compliment you for a tremendous breakthrough. I think this signing of MOU between WHO and Sri Chitra Institute, and I'm sure this is going to be a win-win arrangement for both. Because as was being very rightly mentioned by Dr. Abhay, that Chitra Institute is one of the unique in this country. It is a clinical institute which also deals with medical devices and has of late been known to be producing cost effective medical equipments which are also of an export quality and of an indigenous region. And but the point is that the volume of our requirement is so huge in this country that to meet the requirement we need to have a larger uh, spectrum of both capability and capacity to produce more of indigenous resource material, whether in the form of the instruments, the gadgets, and the other equipment. And to that extent, I'm sure this MOU, which has come into being today, will help meet that requirement and also uh, not only be a healthy collaboration with the World Health Organization, but also help us to meet, as was being mentioned by Dr. Saraswat, our envisaged goals of self-reliance or Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Prime Minister had already announced this in May 2020, I believe, and I'm glad that we have been able to carry this forward because it got delayed because of the election and other reasons. And biotechnology, the biotechnology technical equipments in this country are actually gaining momentum in the last few years. We are now, I believe, one of the 12 topmost biomanufacturers in the world, and we are among first or second in the Indo-Pacific. And very soon we are also planning to have a biomanufacturing policy. It's under active consideration in the Department of Biotechnology. But as you would have realized, even though this institute deals to a certain extent with the biotechnology aspects, it is being headed by Department of Science and Technology. And that's also reflective of the whole of government, or the whole of science approach that we have sought to follow in the last few years. An integration between the different wings of science, and then an extended integration which also includes the industry, research, the academia, so that we have a larger pool of resource, not only financially but also knowledge wise, because we have to move further from here. We can't move in isolation. And to that extent, I think this is a reflection of the government's inclinations and also government agenda. In the times to come, as we talk of India being the fifth largest economy, going on to become fourth and then third, and very soon reaching the top before 2047, I think we should always bear in mind that this entire growth is going to happen technology driven, and mostly through resources which were not hitherto very much explored, which includes the resources related to the medical devices or the biotechnology or the bioeconomy as a whole, which is also in the last 10 years grown up by almost 13 times. We were just about 10 billion US dollars in 2014, now we are more than 137 billion. And these are the resources which we did not, and I think the next industrial revolution also is going to be the bioeconomy driven, just as the 90s revolution was IT driven. And in that direction, when we move, the life sciences, the health sector is going to be a very important component. And also from the point of view of the government's larger view as we move on in the 21st century, and Prime Minister keeps reiterating that every citizen has to contribute whatever he can to the making of India at 2047, of the century India. I think it's also incumbent upon us to have a kind of an arrangement or a kind of a capacity building where we could prevent the energies and the health status of the younger generation to be dedicated to the task of nation building rather than to be sacrificed at the altar of many of the metabolic disorders which are now happening at a relatively younger age. He's a neurologist and he would bear me out so many brain strokes happening at an age where you could hardly have visualized till a few decades ago. So many of the diseases of the late middle age or elderly age happening in the third decade